Happy Wednesday, everybody. Listen, maybe you were up late last night watching
big night.
The big presidential debate. It was on all networks across the country. Could be the one and only debate. So far, we know that Kamala Harris has expressed an interest. He said maybe as of this morning, Donald Trump has. Either way, it sort of captivated the nation, and people still talking about it this morning.
And so WCNC Charlotte's Bree Jackson breaks down the night's biggest moments.
Good morning, Ben. The two presidential candidates meeting for the first time on the debate stage, and we saw a clear contrast between the two on many issues as they both try to convince voters that they have a better policy plan for the country. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump shaking hands before facing off on the debate stage, sparring over a top issue for many voters, the economy.
This has been a disaster for people, for the middle class, but for every class.
Donald Trump actually has no plan for you because he is more interested in defending himself than he is in looking out for you.
On abortion,
for 52 years, this issue has torn our country apart, and they've wanted it back in the states. And I did something that nobody thought was possible.
The government, and Donald Trump certainly, should not be telling a woman what to do with her body.
Throughout the debate, Trump pivoted to the topic of immigration, blasting Harris for challenges at the southern border.
They've destroyed the fabric of our country. Millions of people let in.
After hearing Trump defend the insurrectionists who stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6, the former prosecutor painted the former president as a threat while urging Americans to reject his presidential bid.
End the chaos and to end the approach that is about attacking the foundations of our democracy because you don't like the outcome.
Trump repeating false claims about election fraud as both candidates make their case to voters on the debate stage. Afterwards, Trump making a rare spin room appearance to tout his performance, while Vice President Harris picked up an endorsement and praise from megastar Taylor Swift. And their battle now heads from the debate stage back to the campaign trail with less than 2 months until Election Day. In Washington, Bree Jackson, WCNC Charlotte.
And speaking of the campaign trail, we know Kamala Harris will be here in Charlotte tomorrow afternoon for a campaign event, one of her first stops post-debate.
Yeah. And like you just heard Bree say, overnight Taylor Swift announced she is going to be endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris for president. She posted that announcement on Instagram just moments after that presidential debate. In the post, Swift called Harris a, quote, steady-handed, gifted leader. The endorsement is a big deal because of Taylor's influence, especially on young voters. Just last year, Swift posted a link urging people to register to vote, and more than 35,000 people registered within hours.
And remember, folks, WCNC Charlotte is your election headquarters. You can scan the QR code on your screen, or you can text the word election to 704-329-3600 to get our complete election guide. Of course, we can't talk about the future and elections without talking about the past. Today, the nation pauses to reflect a day that changed America forever. It marks the 23rd anniversary since the 9/11 terrorist attacks.
So right now, communities across the Carolinas are preparing to honor the fallen and those who rushed in to help.
This morning, American flags are going to be on display at Roby Urban Park in uptown Charlotte, lined in the shapes of the Twin Towers. Each flag represents a life lost on that tragic day. The annual Remembrance ceremony will start this morning at about an hour at 8:30.
The Charlotte Knights will also thank all first responders during tonight's game at Truist Field in Gastonia. There will be ceremonies at fire stations 1 and 4 starting at 9 this morning. And in Cornelius, the fire department will host an event at fire station number 1 at 8:30 a.m. There are several other events happening across our area today, and our digital team put together a full list. You can find that by scanning the QR code on your screen or visit our website and mobile app.
We will leave you with live pictures of Lower Manhattan on this 23rd anniversary. Have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.